Hey guys, it's Spaces Sins, and we are back with more Radiant Tail Bird. Ugh, jerk! My bird is with me, and he's being a dick. Anyway, I didn't actually get any recording done yesterday, so I don't remember where the hell we were. Did we just start into chapter 7? I think we just started into chapter 7. Anyway, we'd received some information on the whereabouts of the Intaglio ring. After Ginia let us all know, we decided to head to Lieber so we could sit down and talk. Ginia, can you fill us in on the details of the mission?
Alright, about that. It's kind of complicated.
Where is the ring? Does it have an owner? Are there any signs that it's been used recently? Has anyone else been marked?
Wait. Stay.
Forgive me. I got too impatient. Ion, I understand you may be feeling anxious right now, but we need to hear what Ginia has to say first. It's like, simmer down. Like, you... Who's acting like the impatient labradoodle now? Understood. Ion stopped leaning over the table and returned to his seat. Impatience was still clearly written on his face, an expression he had never shown us. It's only natural for him to feel this way. After all, he's been waiting all this time for the ring to reappear. After regaining his composure, Ginia started talking again. Ever since the ring went missing in the arena 3 years ago, the government had been searching for its whereabouts. Finally, they had learned 2 possible locations for the ring. The first was the labyrinth city, Kultura, not there, and the black market, where many stolen and shady goods were put up for sale. It was said that a ring with a fire element magic stone was being auctioned. I mean, okay, possibility. Yeah, here you go. This is what I think. The other was the dual city, Ferris. Rumor had it the winning prize of a certain contest was a ring infused with fire magic. I would have banked in Ferris, but I would have thought if any one of the characters we've ever met was going to have it, it was going to be Abby. Now, it could be either one, so... Based on kind of how they presented it. Like, it's an auction or a contest for one. Okay. So one of them is the real Intaglio ring?
It's highly possible. Both rings are said to have strong mana.
We all exchanged looks following Ginia's brief explanation.
The Intaglio ring is Ferris's core item, left behind by the Great Spirit Valen. It has the power to control minds. Should that controlling magic be misused, I wouldn't be surprised if we had a second or third underground arena.
Is that why they gave us this information? Because we know how dangerous it is? It could also be because of His Highness joining us. I suppose the country must want it back, considering it's a national treasure.
With that said, it's okay if we put our shows on hold for now and prioritize this mission.
Oh, is it okay? Sorry.
I don't really mind, but that means we gotta go in one direction for Kultura, and the other for Ferris, huh? One in the west and one in the east, you know. Total opposites.
Oh, we're gonna split up? Since we're not traveling to perform, it'd be inefficient for us to stay in one group. Damn it, Zephora! You're gonna go to Kultura because you know where it is, and I'm gonna miss you. You're not gonna be with me. Ion will get my full attention then, because with you here, it's distracting. We should split up and go check both cities. Be less time-consuming that way. Zephora lightly snorted and turned to Ion. Let's start with you, Ion. Where do you want to go? Why me? Because you have the closest connection to this case. We'll split the group based on your choice to make it balanced. I see. I appreciate your concern. Ion seemed to be deep in thought, his eyebrows knitted together. And then he looked up and our eyes locked. Honestly, they should have the prince go wherever Ion isn't, just in case. Spacey, which do you think is the real one? How am I supposed to know? I thought for a moment after he asked me, oh, we're gonna decide where we go? The real one is... Honestly, either one, because Ferris's prize, it would be like, of course it's in Ferris, and it would tie it, and like Abby has something to do with it. just because, like, I don't know if he's really shady or not. You know what I mean? Like, that would kind of work out because it's always been in the city type of a thing, but Kultura's black market would also be kind of interesting. But since this is Ion's route, I feel like Ferris is probably the most obvious, because why would we go to some other city as opposed to going back to his hometown where he still has to kind of deal and like work out the fact that like, you know, he still has to deal with the fact that like, this is the place where I live, this is where I came from, but I was a slave here for so long. You know what I mean? That's got more ties to his story. So my guess would be Ferris, but oh, guys, it's not. Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense because it's like, oh, you know, that. I mean, I figure Ferris would have been the better option, like I said, because it ties more into Ion's life and his story. But I could see this being, like, what they went with because now if you think about it, now knowing Kultura's black market's the right one, it's a black market, they're dealing secret items, and Ferris, since they had ties to the ring, you could easily go, oh yeah, it's that Intaglia ring, like whatever, it's this magic ring, and it could be a magical ring, but it's not that one, but people will think it is because that was their item. But at the same time, I guess maybe because it is the obvious choice, that's why it's not right. Because why would you, oh yeah, we're having this fight and the thing's a magic ring with fire magic, and then it's the fucking lost Intaglio ring, and like, why would Ferris let anyone get away with that? You know, okay. Alright, when you think about it more logically, I guess, that black market's the better option. Alright. Kultura, I guess? But why, though? Didn't the ring go missing in Ferris? With that logic, shouldn't the ring still be there right now? I'm sure the forces in Ferris have conducted their own searches. The fact that they haven't found anything these past 3 years means the ring's in another city. Valid. Okay. Oh, I get it now. I just figured they were going to go the Ferris route because... the Ferris wheel. Just because that's closer ties to Ion's life, but... yeah, this makes way more logical sense if you think about it. Which I did not, clearly. I asked Avi to look for it when we last met, and I've not heard anything from him since. He is the owner of an arena. He must have looked into such a valuable prize already. That also would make sense if Avi's not shady, so okay. That's a good point. After listening to everyone's input, Ion simply looked around the table and nodded. I shall head to Kultura, since it's likely that the real ring is there. I want to get my hands on it as soon as possible and dispel any concerns. And I'll go in the opposite direction so that the groups will be balanced. I'll use my dragon form so y'all can ride on my back. We can get there faster that way. I'm fine with that. Can you carry that many people, though? Yeah, as long as they're nice and light like Radiant Spacey. That's certainly a good idea, considering the efficiency of it. But... if I go with Vilio, I'll have to be away from Ion. I cast my eyes downward, unable to protest, despite wanting to. Okay, we're all set there, then let's... oh, wait a sec, Vilio. Let me join you in Rady. I'm a little heavy, though. Is that okay? Of course it is. Shelia gave me a small, secret smile. I love the fact that everybody is clued in. Like, Glyphis was like, you giggle when you look at him. You know, like, whatever. Fucking Ginnia just saw the hand kiss thing. Rady is, like, making up, like, tales of, like, a love triangle, because he's like, I know the way you look at him. Like, I had to balance out the unrequited love. Like, and then Pashalia's over here doing this. Vilio's, like, the only one who's not fucking clued in. Oh, well, except for Ion, but, you know. The man's concerned with other things and probably thinks that there is no way in hell we'd ever be into him like that. So, like, he's just like, yeah, that would never happen. Anyway, got other concerns. And Vilio's just a fucking idiot. I love it. Oh my god. And Zephora probably gives no fucks. Shelia gave me a small, secret smile. Saw right through me. It was totally embarrassing to be read like an open book, but I was a little glad, too. Thank you, Pashalia. Tell you something while we're on the subject. Your feelings to yourself isn't entirely a bad thing. I believe you should let those feelings out when the time is right. Time is brutally finite. Shalia? He went after Vilio then, leaving me with his heavy words. Oh, he went after Vilio then, leaving me with his heavy words. It makes me curious about his route when he's like, time's finite, and then sadly walks away. Are you dying? I have to find someone who can control water magic, because otherwise I'm gonna die and turn into a puddle. What? Look. Don't be shocked. Following his lead, everyone else also started getting ready. Game, you can't put heavy shit like that in here. I mean, you kind of already did, but like everything's gonna work out fluffy and cotton candy-like in the end, right? Be careful, Spicy. Will you be fine without me? Yep, Ian will be with me after all.
How shall we communicate, though? Let's send express letters through cheers.
Okay, so wait a minute, though. Vilio, Rady, and Pashalia are going. Ion, me, Ginnia, and Zephora? So that's not really a balanced group, because we got 2 people in a fluff ball, and then we got 4 people. Like, is Vilio, like, does he count as 2 people because he's a dragon? But, like, Vilio and Ion are kind of even. Where's the prince going? He can't come with us. You can't put him with Ion. That's dangerous. I feel like they're going to, because then it's like, oh, okay, because then whatever. It's like, no. You can't do that. Well, you shouldn't actually be bringing the prince along with you at all, to be fair. There was no need for him to go on this mission. And if they did, it'd be extremely fucking stupid, even for plot purposes, to send him with Ion, considering the situation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's fine. It is not fine. It will not be fine. But it's valid that they wouldn't bring him, because we're not performing, so. But anyway.
I wish we could use the chalice, but we only have one, and it's also to communicate with the castle.
I'm fine with that. Let's set off once we're all prepared. We got moving in a hurry. Following night, after starting for Kultura, wow, we decided to spend the night in the forest. Can't sleep. I was feeling really uneasy, so I slipped out of the tent. Phew. What a quiet night. The moonlight shining through the trees was beautiful yet cold, cutting through the night. The contrast of it made the darkness of the forest feel much more prominent. It's as if I'm the only one in the world. My body trembled at the thought, and when I looked down from the moon... Spacey? Why are you up this late at night? So unusual for you. I can't sleep for some reason. Sorry, did I disturb you? Not at all. Do not apologize. His bewildered look vanished when he nodded, as if he understood something. Oh, I see. Rady has always been with you, so now you cannot sleep because you're alone. Oh, yeah, there's that too. Rady's always been by my side ever since childhood. But it's not that I feel lonely, it's just I never imagined I'd be so far away from him. If that is the case, you should have joined him in Ferris. That's... can't say it. Feeling restless because Rady isn't with me, sure. But being apart from Ion would make me feel even lonelier. I desperately tried to hide my inner turmoil by changing the topic. Why are you still awake? Are you having trouble sleeping too? I'm patrolling the area. The fiends are usually active at night. Even if you can avoid them with mystic tools, you must not let your guard down. Well, we have fewer people than usual now. Will you even be able to sleep? I plan to take turns with Sephora. I cannot allow you or Calivis to be put in danger, so we have the stupid fucking baby prince. This is the dumbest... Okay. This is the dumbest split up ever. Because, unless Ginnia went... like... with Vilio. That would make sense. But it's still, because it's like we have more people, and why the hell would you decide baby prince comes with us? Stupid. I know he wants to be like, oh, well, I'm the one in charge of him or whatever. you know, because I'm a girl. Stupid. Whatever. It's probably because I'm the producer. But no. There is no way, shape, or form that child should have ever been put anywhere near Ion when the ring is at stake. No! So stupid! Well, you know exactly what's gonna fucking happen now, right? Come on. Game, don't be this fucking dumb. I mean, they had to have like some kind of like plot twist, and that was like when they kind of set it up like, oh no, I can't be around you because I could kill the prince. It's like, oh, I see where this is going. But now you just set it up, and this is we are just the dumbest bunch of fucking people ever. So fucking dumb. There was literally not a single person with a brain cell here. Sephora, I'm really disappointed in you because I thought you might actually have a couple of brain cells. Now you clearly are just as dumb as the rest of us. Seriously, what the fuck? Game. I know they had to kind of contrive this or whatever, but they could have had everyone get to Ferris and find out that wasn't the real one, so then they came to Kultura and they met us, and then that would explain why Ion and the prince were in the same place instead of like, oh hey, we were worried about Ion. He can't be in circus because he might, like, if someone had the ring, he could kill the prince. But like, since we're going to places where the ring might be, why don't we send the prince with Ion? I'm sure it'll be fine. Idiots. You know what I'm saying? Dumbest fucking thing ever. I can't listen. I love this game, but this is the stupidest fucking thing that anyone has ever written in a goddamn game before. Seriously. Seriously? I mean, it is up there. It's up there, but right now it's number one because I can't think of anything dumber at the moment. Like, I can't get over it. Oh, for fuck's sake. And it, sorry. Hey, phone was going. It is almost time for us to switch, but Ion paused and glanced at me. Settle down. Come on. Settle down, bird. Would you like to hang out for a while? Huh? I shall make you a warm drink. It may help you feel drowsy and relaxed. No, it's all right. I'd feel bad. I hastily declined, but Ion shook his head. It is fine. I cannot seem to relax either. I would be grateful if you would keep me company. Please. I'm sure he was just being thoughtful. It was a sweet gesture. No, he just really wants to be around you, and that's adorable. Guys, look at our cute little CG. Oh, stop! The CGs in this game are so adorable. They're really good. My body feels warm. I held the cup of hot milk Ion made for me with both hands. We sat down under the leafy canopy of a tree and relaxed. We'll reach Kultura in a few days. Indeed. And if the information is correct, we should find the intaglio ring. His hand pressed against the eye patch covering his right eye. Gaze lower. Oh, his hand pressed against the eye patch covering his right eye. Gaze. Oh. His hand pressed against the eye patch covering his right eye. Gaze lowered to his cup. That's not a complete sentence. It's two thoughts, and it's like it's in a script. Like his hand pressed against the eye patch covering his right eye. Gaze lowered to the cup. That's like stage direction. That's not a fucking sentence. But okay, we get what they're saying, but still. Jesus. Game, stop it. Don't make me mad, because I love you. But like, Jesus Christ, this whole plot point of Calivis coming with Aya is dumb as fuck, and now don't give me stupid sentences like this. Like, don't. That's my shit. My tolerance for anything right now is like in a negative. Don't make me mad. I watched his profile beneath the moonlight. He seemed lost. There's a beautiful CG, so that I guess it evens out. Ion, you don't seem that happy, even though there's a chance you may finally find it. And to be honest, I'm more confused than happy right now. It feels too sudden for me. I had always thought I would continue to live in fear, beholden to the ring. Assuming everything goes well and I no longer have to worry about living under the constraints of the seal, I have no idea what I should do after that. Now that I was thinking about it, this was all unknown territory for him. Man, you said before that you've never been given a choice in your entire life, right? I have never ever been given a choice in my life. In Ferris's underground arena, I fought under the command of the Seal. Even after I escaped the arena and lived in the capital, my life was still restricted. I only joined Circus because Aleste told me to. I am a wild animal trapped in a cage. Even if someone breaks me free, I will only end up staying inside that cage, as I have nowhere to go. And that's the kind of beast I am. Sadness washed over Ion's face as he derided himself. Oh! We're holding his hand! Well, we have our hand on his and it's adorable. Ion, I laid my hand on top of his. You'll never have nowhere to go again. Because you'll always belong by my side. Oh my god, please tell me. Okay. Please tell me it's by my side. Okay, by our side with Circus. Valid, but by my side. By my side. If that's the wrong fucking answer, I'm going to be so mad. This is the... Oh. Save. Is 10 the last one? Oh, there's 11. Oh, perfect. 11 will be the perfect place to make our save files. Okay. This is our save file. There's a normal and a good ending, and so I think there's only one save. So this is the deciding point. Yeah, damn right, by my side. This is absolutely it, because, like, by our side with Circus is the normal friendship ending, or just the normal ending. It might be, like, one of those where it's like, and then someday, like, maybe we still kind of have feelings for each other, but it's not quite there yet. You know what I mean? By my side. By my side. Oh, he just got the twinkles from that. We did too. We looked at each other in silence. And then, oh my god, kiss me. My cheeks turned bright red the moment I realized what I just said. I said it. I blurted it out. Fumbled it. Let it slip. I said something I really shouldn't have said in this situation. No, that was like the sweetest, most adorable thing because you weren't like, I love you. You were like, you'll always have a place by my side. You could take that as like by my side as a friend and partner working at Lieber. You know what I mean? Like family. You know, like siblings. Family. Not like, you know what I mean? Doesn't have to be romantic. You can play it off, girl. Spacey. Said just now. I could tell Ion wanted to pursue it further. God, I can't read. But he paused halfway. An awkward silence fell between us. Couldn't just claim it was a joke, because that would be a lie. But I don't want to confuse him. Oh, remember what Spirius said before? You can always come to our tavern if you ever don't have anywhere to go, and that's what I meant. I see. Ion didn't ask any other questions after that. Oh, we got his hopes up and then crushed them, though! Just because we felt awkward. Like, it's totally valid. Like, because that's exactly what I said. Girl, you can cover yourself. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, you can always come to the tavern. You're always welcome there. Like, cool. Besties, right? Yeah. Bro? And he was like, and then you said that and he's like, oh yeah, cool. Sorry. And you just crushed his little heart. I think there was a little trickle of hope there, but he just didn't know how to respond because he was like stunned. You gotta give the man a minute, okay? He's not used to people being nice to him. Oh, look, now he looks sad! Anyway, it doesn't matter where you live. What's important is what you want to do once you're free. What I want to do, huh? Like, maybe, pursuing a performance career after Circus. You're a good cook. You could be a chef, too. Or maybe you can enlist with the public security forces and live for the people. I do agree that I would not be so clueless later on if I started considering it all now. However, it is unexpectedly hard to find the answer. Dan stopped talking, a distressed frown on his face. Yeah, because he doesn't know what he wants to do, but for a minute you gave him hope, and now he's all confused again. The hoot of an owl filled the silence. Even though it should have been awkward, I felt strangely at ease next to Ion. A man who'd never had the choice to think about his future. Considering his options seriously, I was determined to support him. The answer he came up with was surprisingly simple. I want to walk around a city. Just want to take a stroll in town? Yes, somewhere like the capital or Orion's. Like before, when we walked around together. Your face lit up when we found something new, or how you halted when we came across a delicious smell. He wants to walk around a city with us. Dude, he wants to have a city walking date, girl. I simply want to walk around without any purpose in mind. How? Did I say something funny? Ryan has done so many incredible things, but he skipped the basics. It's just walking around in town sounds so simple. Nothing special about it. I know just what it's like, though. An ordinary life is something I prize too. Rather than funny, cute. That's a nice dream to have. When that time comes, can I join you on your stroll? Most certainly. He was like, I was kind of hoping you would. Ion's hand held mine in a firm grip. I leaned my head onto his shoulder. Oh my god, this is so romantic! You must be there. And to clarify, it's exactly because you were there that it would be joyful. After that, we talked about our dreams under the moonlight. We wanted to dine at Lieber. We wanted to stroll around the underwater park in Orion's. We wanted to hang out on the rooftop of Kalida's stage tower while enjoying the view. Sage tower, not stage tower. Wow. Sure, it was a simple, humble future. It was our precious treasure, together. We continued our conversation until the eastern sky began to grow alight, and Zephora scolded us for staying up all night. We were supposed to switch places, and then... Meanwhile, we're staying up. Zephora's like, I'm fucking patrolling for no one! After a few days riding in the carriage, we arrived at Cultura and almost immediately started gathering information about the Intaglio ring. I really hope the prince isn't fucking with us, but... This is the worst. Horace spoke with a sour look on his face. We met up at Cheers after learning everything we could. The worst? Did you find something? The Intaglio ring not actually here, or... That's not it. Spoke with a smuggler and the ring was certainly being auctioned on the black market. But successful bidder just so happens to be someone none of us want to meet again. Horace spoke with disgust in his voice. Balto? Well, he basically badmouthed people almost all the time. For him to show this much revulsion, there was only one person it could have been. Let me guess. The winner of the ring is... Balto. Yeah, we brought the fucking prince with us! Stupidest fucking decision in a game! God, again, if it was like, okay, we found the ring, like, they, like... Because, okay, it took us probably longer to get here being in a carriage than it would take Vilio to fly, right? Cool. So they get there, they find out that ring isn't the Intaglio ring, then they end up coming over here while we're doing investigation, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden we get the ring and then Balto, and then now there's a huge thing he controls Ion, and then he's going to kill the prince or whatever. Okay. Then it's like, oh, no, my God, what the hell? Bad timing. This is like, you're seriously setting up the prince's murder right now. You know that, right? Like, you are, there is, if you kill the prince, it's not even like, oh my God, God. No, it's like, you set this up to happen. Are you idiots? Come on. And like, okay. Just throwing this out there. Whoever decided to write this scenario is an idiot. Because setting it up like this is dumb as fuck. Because you could have done exactly what I said, and then it would have been like, okay, I mean, like, that's plot convenience, and, like, they should have known better than to bring the prince here where they knew the ring was. You know what I mean? But, like, okay, they figured they would get the ring, and okay, whatever. Okay, fine. You had a momentary lapse in judgment. This is like every single fucking person in the circus and in the government, the king, unless everybody is a bag of fucking morons, by like allowing this, like Ion and the prince to be in the same place when dealing with it. I mean, yes. Yes, you could say that the whole entire point of like, no, we're not we're all gonna quit circus if you don't let Ion come with us, and like this is probably a bad decision because the prince and Ion being in the same place. But there's a bunch of us, and like, what are the odds? Sure, I'll give you that. Is it smart? No, but people were opposed to it, so like, okay, you had all the facts that this is dangerous and probably stupid, but we're gonna still do it. All right, fine. But like this splitting up the teams and putting the prince with the like when you're specifically this is just a level of dumb fuckery I can't even comprehend here. There were ways to do this to make everything like, oh my god, no! Without it being like, I mean, when it gets to that point, it's gonna be like, what the fuck did you expect was gonna happen? Idiots! You know? Even if like everybody shows up and then we're all in the same place before anything happens, it's like, okay, again, I'd have given you a pass on that. Like, well, this wasn't smart, but sure, I guess you didn't think anything bad was going to happen. But like, right now, are you all stupid? What the fuck? I do love this game, but this is probably the dumbest fucking, like, seriously. Who thought this was a good idea when writing this scenario? Who was like, oh yeah, no one will notice how stupid that is. Did you get hit on the head before you wrote this? What the fuck? I mean, and I know it's gonna be because like, well, the prince insisted on going with Spacey, but they would have been like, no. I know you want to be with her, but you can't because she's going with Ion and whatever. And like, it was just the easiest, so we didn't have to deal. But they could have just not even put that in there and been like, oh, Calivis went with everybody else because he shouldn't be near Ion right now. Cool, if we're split up. Makes sense. Oh, good God. Anyway, I see. It is indeed a worst-case scenario. Yeah, well, I mean, absolutely, because you brought, again, this right here. Worst-case scenario. Jesus.
Who's Balto?
Okay, alright, and we brought Ginio. What the fuck? This is not split up properly. Why did only 2 people in a fluff ball? We have 5 people here. Okay. I'm not saying that they should have put Calivis with Vilio, Pashalia, and Rady. I'm not necessarily sure that's the best place for him to go. But also, in this investigation thing, they probably should have been like, listen, since we're not touring around, we shouldn't take the prince. But it would have been kind of, I get why they didn't do that, because it's like, well, then what the fuck is the purpose of having the prince around? And again, the whole drama is going to be, Balto's going to use the ring to control Ion and then kill the prince and then everybody get in trouble and blah, 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 whatever. Why? I don't know. Because then it'll just be like, Balto had the ring and controlled Ion, and yeah, sure, Ion killed the prince, but like, Balto did it unless he's going to have Ion kill all of us and then kill the king or some shit. That would actually be a genius plan. But like, you know what I mean? Because otherwise we're like, Balto did it, and then they just axe him. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to kill all of us so there's no witnesses. And again, I don't think... So there was no way they weren't going to have Calivis come with us because the whole point of the beginning of this route was like, oh yeah, we're all going to tour around with it. And, oh, by the way, never mind, forget it. We're not taking the prince with us. It would have been pointless to put him in the story to begin with if they weren't going to, like, have him with us. But this split up where there's 4 of us and Tiny Prince, and then there's 2 people and a furball, that's not evenly split. I understand why Zavora came here. This is his city. Obviously, if this is where the real ring is, Ion and I are coming here because he's my love interest, so whatever. But, like, Prince, if Ginio was going to be here, well, Prince should never have been here. Calivis should have absolutely gone with the other chuckle fucks. Not that I think that they're good at watching the child, but it's better than having him with Ion. Out of the 2 groups of which one of these is dumber, having him with Ion is the dumbest choice. Having him with the other bag of idiots, I mean, not the best choice, but given the situation, it's better than this. What the fuck? Also, like, I mean, I guess we can't really count the prince, and Rady as a furball. It's actually a person too, so like they got 3 and we got 4 and but send the prince with the other ones. Just what? Oh. if we all end up in the same place before shit happens, fine. But then again, this should not have, because this is angering me and it's driving me up the wall. I do love this game, despite the fact that I have a lot of complaints about the stupidity that is going on here, like taking the prince with us and Ginny not being a love interest. It's a crime. You didn't think we were going to get away with not having that, right? And I also rewatched the intro, and like they do put him in sort of like a secondary character, because like Ginny, Spiria, and Clivis have like aren't quite their little scene things with their VA and like whatever aren't quite the way the love interest are, because the love interest it shows like Sephora or whatever, and then it like goes to like, oh, here's a CG, and then it's like it'll be like, here's Ginny with this their voice actor, and then Spirit with the voice actor, and then whatever. So they kind of, those ones are more the primary side characters, I guess. But it's really fucked up because they open and they show everyone like and they show Ginny as if he's a love interest, and then they kind of put him so it's like they're baiting you, and like they knew what they were doing, and it's douchey. So I'm mad about it. Like, that is shady. Did this on purpose. You knew goddamn well we were gonna fall in love with Ginny, and then you were like, haha, you can't have him, bitch. Oh, but by the way, you can have a little prince with the guy who's probably gonna stab him. Like, what the? Somebody hit their head when they came up with this whole thing. I really do enjoy this game, though. Like, I mean, I'm having a great time, but come on. Not being able to date Ginny is a crime. And this is the dumbest idea ever right now. Like, having the prince with it. Like, what? Jesus. No, but I really do love the game. Like, stupidity aside. But anyway. Sure as Labyrinth Sentinel. We're really unlucky.
I'll explain the situation later, Clivis. But for now, let's just say he isn't the type of person who'll easily hand over the ring with a smile.
But it's absolutely necessary we get it from him. Let's just stab him. A direct order from the crown. It's a direct order from the crown, and we have to do it for Ion, too.
Now let's make an appointment first. He shouldn't turn us away initially if we tell him the capital sent us. Obviously, Sephora, he'll stand by and wait.
Don't say something so idiotic. I didn't come all the way here just to...
And the answer is still no, even if you give me that look. And there's no way you'll remain calm once you see him. The same goes for him.
His poor little face was like, I'm so angry, and then he was like, yeah, actually, you're right. It must be hard for Sephora. Making Balto mad right now would only cause more issues. He stomped away angrily as we left him behind. Here's the thing. It's really fucking shady that Balto won this ring. He knows exactly what it does, and he's... You know what I mean? He is definitely trying to take over the world. Like, after what he did to Sephora, kicking, like, him out and being like, oh, no, you should go travel, and then killing his parents, and then being like, chasing Sephora out so he could take over the city. And then, like, he knows damn well, he bought this ring knowing, or expecting damn well what it was. So he knows it does not belong on the black market. Like, it's not like, oh, cool, it's like an illegal thing. He knows what it is. Does he know that Ion has a mark and that he can control him? Maybe not. But he knows what that fucking ring does, and he's going to create a fucking army, and we're going to walk right in there and go, hey, we have a guy that this ring controls, and also here's the prince. We're going to, like, walk right into this. Oh, dear God. At Balto's mansion. Oh. Yeah. Several hours had passed. Wait. Yeah. Stomped away angrily as we left him behind. At Balto's mansion, but, like, we were still in Cheers, so it was really weird. Anyway. Several hours had passed. Balto's aide guided us to his office, like the last time. Well, and that's true. Abby could absolutely have been shady, because Balto's shady. I kind of forgot Balto existed, to be fair, for a while there. Long time no see. The show you held here a while ago was quite the sensation. No one in town can stop talking about you. The words he uttered with a smile certainly sounded like an expression of admiration. But you can just see it in his eyes. His hatred toward us was very visible.
We apologize for bothering you. You must be busy.
Yeah, planning world domination.
Not at all.
As a citizen of this country, it's only natural for me to cooperate when asked. Balto looked at each of us as he let out those empty words. Did he know that Zephora was the clown? I mean, other people, and you'd think the rumor would have gotten back because people saw Zephora, but I'm wondering if he knows. By the way, is it just me, or do you have fewer people this time?
You're not wrong. It's kind of a long story, but we've split up for the time being. The Zephora's in another city at the moment as well.
Okay, so he did know it was Zephora. I see. I'm just glad to know he's doing all right. Although he betrayed the citizens and ran away, he's still my adorable nephew. I always worry about him. You don't mean that at all. He also doesn't say it like he means it when I read it this way. You made the right choice in not bringing Zephora here. Let me cut to the chase, Labyrinth Sentinel Balto. You bought a certain ring through a black market auction the other day. We want you to hand that item over to us. Of course, the government will pay you a reasonable price. Balto stared at Ion appraisingly, then he shrugged his shoulders. I'm afraid I don't know what ring you're talking about here. And do not play dumb. It is a ring with a fire magic stone that was put up at auction. You know damn well it belongs to this country and it belongs to Faris. Sure, they lost it, and that kind of sucks, but... Well, I don't remember having such an item in my possession.
You can't dodge the question. Or shall we inquire about the record of the winner?
Balto's face wrinkled into a frown. He doesn't like having someone... I like the fact that they definitely make height differences, because, Ginnia's, shoulders are, so much higher than fucking, Balto. It's gotta kill you a little bit, Balto, that this gorgeous man over here is as beautiful as a woman and is taller than you. This damn bitch... Wait. No. Wait, what? You know what? Balto doesn't like Ginnia because he's jealous. Not because he wants to be as beautiful as Ginnia, but who doesn't want to possess Ginnia? You just want this man on your arm. You're like, I know he's too pretty for me, but I don't even care. Balto's just jealous he'll never have anyone as beautiful as Ginnia. And we technically don't either, but we're going to pretend we do. Because we live in a state of delusion, so. That's quite aggressive of you. I know the country sent you, but aren't you being a little demanding? You show up out of the blue and expect me to hand you an item? You have no proof you're truly... Oh, wait. You have no proof you're truly here on behalf of the country in the first place. They're just scammers who use the king's name to try to steal goods. I can only assume so based on what you've said. Ugh. A faint smile appeared on Balto's face when he saw us speechless. How about we make a deal, then? If you want to negotiate with me, prepare the documents and return...
You want proof? Here it is.
Olivus cut him off. I was wondering if fucking Princey Pooh was going to say shit, or we were going to be like, hey, Prince! I think, again, it's probably dangerous to have the prince with Balto right now, and also a man that can be controlled by Balto, but, just... Let's leave that aside, okay, and just be like, Prince and Balto in the same room. Probably not a good idea! Although I think 3 of us could take Balto before he strangles the prince, but... Having been hiding at the back, he walked forward awkwardly. And you are? Look familiar.
Of course he does. And there's no way you didn't see his face when you were inaugurated as Labyrinth Sentinel at the palace.
When you were inaugurated as Labyrinth Sentinel at the palace. If I could fucking get words out.
I have no recollection of that time. My heart was still frozen, though.
Change in Balto was extreme. We're not going to get the ring right now, though, because, we're only in chapter 7, and I'm pretty sure we have... I'm going to cheat. Hold on. I'm not going to... Yeah, we got 9 chapters before we get to the ending. Okay. So we have 2 more chapters, I highly doubt. And maybe, the last chapter's fluffy, but there's going to be something else aside from Balto giving us the ring, because then I feel like that's very anticlimactic. So there's going to be some other kind of thing here. His eyes went wide, and his mouth hung open. He was clearly shocked. Are you perhaps Prince Colivus?
I am. I came to Kultura under His Majesty's order. Being here is already enough proof that the country sent us. That's why Balto, Sentinel of Cultura.
With an exaggerated gesture, Calyphus pointed his finger straight at Balto. Oh! Oh, the little baby prince is like pointing at you. That's some shit. It was as if he were standing on stage. He did the exact thing Ion and I had told him to do during practice.
It's pointless to try to deceive us. I've already investigated the whereabouts of the ring in question. And if you continue to lie to me and say that you don't have it, no different than telling lies to the whole country.
Okay, you know what? I don't hate having baby Prince with us just for this. All right, it was a dumb idea, but all right. Okay, this is kind of worth it. The demanding this tiny chibi child is like. After hearing Calyphus' speech, Balto looked grim for a moment. Understood. He eventually spat out that single word. I have no reason not to comply with an order from the royal family I love and respect. I kind of feel like that's bullshit. That means... Unfortunately, a merchant already approached me with an offer to buy said ring. I still need to refuse his offer, so it'll be all right if I hand it over tomorrow. Balto sighed. That's shady. It'd be like, hand it over and then tell him you can't take his offer. You don't need to have the ring in your possession to turn down that offer. That is shady as fuck. We did it. No, we did not. No, we did not. We are leaving without the ring because he's going to, okay. You have an item for sale. Someone called you about it and made you an offer. And you're like, let me think about it. And then somebody else is like, hi. Or like the cops show up and they're like, yeah, no, we need to take that as part of a murder investigation or some shit. You're like, okay, but like someone was offering to buy this from me. So like, I'm going to have to keep it until I tell them no. Hell no. You hand it over to the authorities and you tell that person, no, I can't give it to you. What are they going to do? I mean, in this scenario, what's that merchant gonna do? Oh, Balto, Labyrinth's under your... Like, he's your master, basically, here. Like, he's your mayor, your governor, your sentinel, whatever. Like, he's in charge of you. You don't... You know what I mean? Well, you might be from another city, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Even if Balto was just a normal person, you don't have to have the item in your possession and then go, oh, here's the item that you wanted. I'm not going to give it to you because I got to give it to the king. Cool. Bye. And then give it to the king. This is so shady. So shady. And this is where a lack of brain cells. I'd be like, no, you don't need to have it in your possession in order to tell that person no. You just tell them that the fucking government took it. Ion and I shared a pleased look with each other in that moment. Idiots. So dumb. I mean, I get it for plot purposes, but it's so dumb. Hey, Zephora, look! Here they come! We're back, Zephora! We returned to Cheers after our negotiation with Balto. We're gonna be like, yeah, he's gonna give it to us tomorrow! And fucking Zephora's gonna be like, idiots! Because we are. Zephora clearly looked displeased, while Leon was grinning ear to ear. You're late. Man, I wish y'all could have seen how he was when you were gone. He was fidgeting like an abandoned dog the whole time. Aw, poor baby, we left him by himself. The end, but we all had to go, to be fair. He was like, Ginny is going to expose us, and Ion is hopeless with negotiations. You're the dog here, mongrel. Just get back to work already. Okay, alright. Have fun, guys. He must be stressed after all that waiting, and Leon's teasing him on top of that. After chasing Leon away, Zephora turned his gaze on us. So? Hurry up and tell me already. Where did it go? Well, about that. It was only thanks to Calyphus that our negotiation succeeded. It would have been much more difficult if he had not been with us. True, I was surprised when I saw him act so dignified. Balto's gonna make some fucking ring slaves or get a copy of it or something.
I just copied the way I talked during our show. I remember what you guys taught me. Use big gestures to capture the audience's attention, even though it might look somewhat exaggerated.
I see. We should be alright for the time being. Lies. Once Balto hands over the ring tomorrow... Finally, I won't have to be afraid of the ring anymore. Oh, you sweet summer child. My lips curled into a smile. God are so gullible. I am so glad Zephora is the fucking intelligent person here, because everybody else is a bag of idiots. Seriously? Seriously. I really wish Zephora, when we were splitting up, was like, I think it's really stupid you put the prince with Ion when we're searching for a ring that can control Ion, and the whole point of Ion not being able to be in circus anymore was because he could kill the prince if someone used the ring to control him. You not see how stupid this is? I'm like, it'll be fine. And he's like, idiots. I'm surrounded by idiots. But here you go. At least he's calling us out. Zephora rolled his eyes, frustrated. He's not wrong. This would happen. I'm the idiot here for trusting you. What do you mean? How about you try and use that tiny little brain of yours first before asking? Ugh. I mean, listen. Sometimes we're just being nice and like our bastard boyfriends like act like this and you're like, I mean, we're just being nice here, but no, he's not wrong in this situation. We are all idiots. So like, he has the right to say this. Like, I am behind you 100%, sweetie. Ginnia, you know what I'm saying, right? Well, yeah. And yet you did nothing about it, Ginnia. Tuxedo mask in it all over again. Ginnia simply shrugged his shoulders at the younger man.
If he really wanted to hand it over to us, he wouldn't have postponed it to tomorrow.
Huh? Do you mean? And that's the thing. It would have been like, why did no one go? No, they'll get it now. Now. There is no reason for this. Why did Ginny? I get it. Plot purposes, but it's like, Jesus Christ. Sometimes they're like, they just write things in and it's like, this doesn't make sense though. I mean, I get it. You kind of have to create, and like, okay, to be fair, in life there are things that you were like, this makes no fucking sense in the scheme of the universe or physics. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Some things just defy all fucking logic and sanity, okay? So, like, I mean, but when you're reading a book or you're watching a movie or you're playing a game and you're like, in a fantasy setting, you gotta, like, suspend disbelief and stuff for, like, magical things or mystical things or whatever. But this is, like, logic where you're like, nobody should be this dumb. We have just done a series of stupid things snowballing one after another. Like, what the fuck? Like, bringing the prince with us, being like, okay, we'll get the ring tomorrow, buddy, and not being like, no, fucking hand it over now. And I get it, it's to set up whatever's about to happen, but it's like, is there other way you could have done it? Probably not, but it still doesn't make it any less aggravating, even when you're like, all right, I get it. There is a purpose, there is a plot that's going to unravel, and the only way to set up that plot was a series of stupid events where you were like, this is stupid. This is also stupid. Why do we keep getting dumber? Oh, okay, this makes sense now. You know what I mean? Like Calivis being there and being like, nah, fuck you, you're giving us the ring, old man. All right, okay, that's kind of why he had to be there. And then us not getting the ring, even though Ginny was like, well, this is stupid. We're just, okay, whatever. Just set up the next event. But it still doesn't make it any less dumb and any less frustrating when entertainment does things like this just to set up a point, a plot. You know what I mean? You're like, it's kind of like when an evil mastermind is like, okay, I'm going to do this, but then this, and this has to happen. This has to lead to this, and then they have to do this. And you have to like plan out every single person's thought process in order to get it right. And when you look at it, you're like, yeah, the movie was great, but like every fucking thing had to, every person's thought process and everything. The mastermind knew all of that, and yet somehow they still got beaten because how? They had like psychic abilities to be able to figure out exactly how everyone was going to think, move, and all the actions that would take place, and all of the fucking pieces on the board to fit in the perfect array to that setup, that exact moment that would make their plan come to fruition. And then the good guys who were idiots, who have been basically pawns the whole time, come in and just like, pew pew, and they're dead. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of bullshit when you think about it. You're like, how the fuck? Like, or even just that, you're like, your master plan had so many things that there was one little thing went wrong and everything would have been done and we wouldn't even be here. What the fuck? You know what I mean? It was like my thought process, in the last part when we were like, oh, hey, if Aleste is evil and like, holy shit, his whole mastermind plot is insane to set that up for everything to have to work out perfectly to get to this point. You know what I mean? Like, it seems illogical, but that's exactly how games would do it. And you're like, that doesn't make any damn sense. But that's how, like, superhero movies work. You're like, doesn't make any damn sense. And again, we should expect this by now. But it doesn't make it any less frustrating when you're like, why is everyone stupid? Why? But at least we have Zephora to call us out, so it's not like everyone is stupid. And do you mean he's planning to do something within this time? Correct. Like making a fake ring or using the power of the ring first. Say what? I mean, I get me being a little naive and stupid. Vilio's an idiot. Ion's a little... Ion is smart, but also has been locked up, so I can understand he doesn't really think of these things. But, like, good God, Ginia can't be that dumb. Useless, but not dumb.
Had you already guessed it when we were negotiating? Yeah, since I didn't think he'd simply give us the ring. Then why didn't you keep pressing him at the time?
See? Okay, even the fucking 7-year-old prince is like, the fuck, you morons? This child just woke up from a 10-year fucking coma and is like, why are you idiots? Why am I even here? You think this is stupid? Oh my god.
Things would only have gone south if I'd done that. And despite all that, we managed to confirm the most important information. He does have the intaglio ring.
In other words, you withdrew because you knew what he was thinking. That's giving Ginia way too much credit. Like, listen, I don't think he's an idiot. I also don't think he's that planny. I don't think he thinks things through that much. Zephora, yes. Ginia, I don't know about that. Again, I don't think he's as stupid as us, even though he's acting as stupid as us, but... So, what shall we do now? It's obvious. We shouldn't give him the time to attempt some petty trick. Daring smirk spread across his face. Oh, you know what? Why I love you so much. Look at his face. Look at that little... It's the eyebrows. It's that little, like... that evil smirk with a slightly tweaked eyebrow. Oh, God, stop it. He won't give us to us. We can just sneak it out the back. Do not buy my headset, okay? These are expensive. You can't chew on the fluffies. Anyway, I know we're a little under time and I rambled quite a bit, but I'm going to stop here. And then we will continue next time. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.